Graduates can stand proud and yell, "We made it," releasing all the moments of uncertainty, frustration, fatigue they've experienced along the way. And whether you are a graduating student, teacher, parent, we applaud you for your efforts, which have brought us here today, and we assure you it all has been worthwhile.
So please welcome Dr. Terry Winninger, President of Yukon College, as he gives the President's remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge Mr. Chancellor Rolf Hogan, Honorable Marion Horn, who's with the Government of Yukon and representing the Minister of Education. Welcome, Marion. Elders John Edzurza, Ruth Welsh, and Sam Johnson, I don't believe is here, but if he's here, I'd certainly like to acknowledge him as our past, most recent Chancellor. I'd also like to recognize the college board members, and first of all, Clarence Timmons, the chair of the board, is here. Paul Flaherty, Linda Harvey, Norma Cassie, Ken Lindsay, who is in our graduating class, Julia Sallow, Norma Shorty, and Christina Thomas, all our board members, and thank you very much for attending today. Then I would like to recognize, for the first time, the Yukon College staff who are on stage. We so often introduce the dignitaries, and rightfully so, but sometimes we omit to acknowledge the dignitaries who work daily to instruct and directly serve our students. So staff, thank you very much for attending the convocation today. We have some other special guests, some of which have been on stage, but I'd like to acknowledge the Honourable Larry Bagnall, our Member of Parliament, is here also. Thank you, Larry, for attending. And Gail Anderson is here, Jesse Dawson, who were here before, Kathy Van Bibber, the Councillor for Champagne and Asiatic First Nation, and Pam Hine is here, is the Deputy Minister of Education. Thank you, Pam, for attending. Mayor Bev Buckway sends her regrets. And we have other dignitaries here from our partner institutions who will be awarding the degrees on behalf of the University of Regina, and they will be introduced later, but thank you very much for attending and for having those great partnerships we do with the University of Regina. But most importantly, good afternoon to the graduating students and your supporting cast of friends and family. I am pleased the Convocation Organizing Committee has moved the graduation from the gymnasium to this wonderful facility. Convocations have a long history and a formal setting of this nature is much more in keeping with that tradition. When we talk about the cap and gown, I think when these caps and gowns were originally put into place in Oxford in 1167 or somewhere in there, the temperatures must have been cooler than they are today. But anyway, convocation is from its Latin roots meaning coming together. It's translated from the Greek ecclesia, which is a group of people formally assembled for a special purpose. And a special purpose we do have today, and that's to celebrate student success. As I mentioned, the gowns and hoods and hats we wear have a long tradition based in academic and in ecclesiastical traditions. The cap and gown tradition that is followed by most universities traces its history back to Oxford, which is reported to be the oldest university in the English-speaking world and traces its roots back to 1167. So convocation as a graduating event with caps and gowns has a long and distinguished history, and we wear these gowns and caps in order to fulfill and work with that tradition. Now on occasions like this, we have some time to reminisce and maybe look forward. First of all, who would have thought 1 year ago that General Motors would be going through bankruptcy proceedings? Who would have predicted the multiple and other bankruptcies in the U.S. and the effect that it would have on our world economy? These events are not without impact on each of us. For example, they could have an effect on your chances for employment, students. However, on the bright side, there is abundant research to support the fact that people with post-secondary education have an advantage. On average, you will get the jobs. You will have higher lifetime earnings, and more generally, you are most likely to participate in doing community volunteer work. The conclusion, you have made a good decision for yourself and for our society. So as you've grown and made progress over the past few years, so has Yukon College. Most particularly, the Government of Yukon, through the Minister of Education, Rubel, and Minister Horn and other members of Cabinet, have broadened the mandate of Yukon College so that we will soon be able to grant degrees. Now, it will take us time to prepare for that eventuality, but it is a signal of confidence the community has in our college. Also, funds have been allocated to allow Yukon College to expand its research mandate, a very important step in support of our new degree granting mandate and in expanding our knowledge base around climate change. Later this summer, there will be an official opening of Phase 1 of the Yukon Research Centre of Excellence. As well, the Yukon government, with matching dollars from Canada, has provided funds for a new community campus in Pelly and a replacement of our campus in Dawson City, all dedicated to improving our capacity to better serve the people of Yukon. Also, a master's degree in educational leadership will begin this fall through the University of Northern British Columbia and again with the support of the government of Yukon. I predict there will be further developments to report at the convocation of 2010. But I want to stress these changes do not signal a change in the direction of the college. Yukon College will continue to serve its comprehensive mandate. The underlying principle, the founding principle of Yukon College was and continues to be to respond to the education and training and research needs of Yukon. Yukon College will maintain that course.
Thank you, and good afternoon. It's an honor to be here today to speak on behalf of Patrick Rubel, the Minister of Education. We are indeed lucky to have Terry Winninger and the caliber of the expertise of the staff at Yukon College. And it's nice to see so many people here when it is so beautiful out, and we could be doing other things, but we should be here celebrating the furthering of the education of our Yukon citizens. I would like to welcome the family, extended family, friends and guests who have come here today to join us in the celebration of your efforts. I am pleased to be here to congratulate you all on this major achievement. Graduation is a celebration of many, many years of hard work and determination for the graduates, their families, extended families, and their supporters, the teachers. I would like to commend all of you for your commitment to education. You have indeed faced many challenges, and you have achieved much success. You have shown that you can take personal responsibility for your own future, and you can follow through with your commitments. Education is so important in another way, too. It opens our mind to new ideas and new possibilities. Just imagine the opportunities that are open to you now. Today marks the end of your time at Yukon College for now, but it also marks the beginning of your commitment and dedication to creating a worthwhile future for yourself, for others, and your families. It is a time of new horizons. Some of you will go on to further academic studies. All of you will go on to pursue career goals as you continue down the path of lifelong learning. You graduates of today will continue to be students tomorrow because of ongoing changes in technology, communications, and transportation. You are well placed to play an important role in Yukon's economy, in your community, and Yukon. I ask you to take time to reflect on your dreams and the opportunities that await you. This graduation is just the beginning of what you can accomplish in your life. Think big, dream big, for you can achieve them. The dreams that you have today become the goals of tomorrow. Never give up something that you have a passion for. Indeed, the quest is the best.